This is Colm McGuigan for IFLTV. Delighted to be joined with Ireland's own Andy Lee in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Andy, the biggest fight of Joseph Parker's life on Saturday night. Would that be a fair statement?
Yeah, I'd say so. Well, just every fight's your biggest fight, isn't it? And this is definitely a big one because it's a world title. We're up against a very good fighter in Daniel Dubois. And there's, you know, to become a two-time heavyweight world champion will mean a lot to him.
I want to ask you first of all how the camp's been for Joseph. He's been locked in camp now, I think. Am I right in saying maybe 8 months training for this one fight?
Oh yeah, well, he's been training a long time, mostly with George in New Zealand. Came to Ireland in October. We did 4 weeks there, like a little pre-camp, and then he came back in early December. So we've had a good long camp, and yeah, he's been good. He's done everything right. He's lived right. He's trained right. And we haven't done too much because it's a big world title fight. People try to think, oh, we have to do extra and do more than we should do. We've done exactly everything right.
Andy, a lot of people put the success of Joseph Parker down to yourself and what you and the team have done with him. What's changed in Joseph Parker since you first met him to Joseph Parker now?
Yeah, and I'm not sure if I can take all the credit because Joe is the man who's done the work. Joe's the one who's took the fights. It's easy for me to tell him what to do and how to do it, but he has to ultimately do it. George Lockhart's a big part of the team. His brother, his cousin, everyone plays a role. We're not carrying any dead weight in the camp. And I think what's changed mostly with Joseph is his belief in himself. And that's through hard work. I think through hard work and dedication, you grow that belief in yourself and it strengthens your resolve. That when you don't cut any corners and you don't cheat yourself. So when you get in that ring, you know you paid the price and you earned the right to win.
Daniel Dubois has said this week that he's going to make Joseph Parker quit. What would you say to those comments?
I think that's his goal. That's our goal, to make him quit. You know, it's we're going to try and beat. He's trying to try and beat us, and we're going to try and beat him. It's not. It's fine. It's good. It's expected. Just because Dubois has this history of what people say quitting with Joyce and with Usyk and maybe with Lorena looking for a way. These quitting questions come up, but if he was ever going to quit, it was Miller. And if Dubois was ever going to quit, it was Herkovich. And he didn't, he came through. So we're not expecting anything like that. We're just expecting Joseph to outbox him, outpunch him, and beat him.
Can you break down this fight for me from first round to the 12th round? How does Joseph Parker end up with his hand raised on Saturday night?
I think Dubois will try to start very fast. He'll come out, be very aggressive early on, try to overwhelm Joseph. For Joseph, it's a fine, delicate balance from not trading with him, but also getting your respect and not letting him build momentum. So I think Joseph has to land something significant early on Dubois. Also, Dubois starts a lot of his attacks with his jab. He kind of almost has to jab to get the range and to also set up his right hand, left hook. And for us, is to use that against him. Take that jab away from him. By parrying it, by dodging it, by slipping inside of it, by slipping outside of it and countering. So Joe knows exactly what he has to do to win the fight, and that's how I see it going. I think the first 2 rounds are very important in the fight. Not that the fight's going to be won or lost there, but I do think they're important.
Obviously, a lot of people will look at Parker's defeat to AJ. Joseph has openly said in interviews with me before he wants to right that wrong. There's a situation there where he wins that he could fight AJ again. Is that something that you would like?
I don't think too far ahead. I'm thinking about this one. If he's champion to defend against AJ, it would be an honour because he's a great champion himself. But ultimately, you want to be the best and you want to fight the best and you want to fight Usyk. But listen, let's get through this fight first. What
does it mean to you guys, Joseph Parker, yourself, to be a part of a card that's being labelled as the best ever?
Yeah, and listen, Dubois and Parker, because it's not undisputed, but it could be main event. And when you watch the promos back home, you swear it was the main event. You know, we keep laughing, all these TV adverts, and it's Joe and Dubois who are highlighted about the main fight. So it is great to be here, great to be part of a big card. And it's why we do all the hard work, you know, to be here. Like yourselves, you know, you're here, you got unbelievable access, and it's just a great thrill because we're all boxing fans at the end of the day.
How about that undisputed fight? How does that go, Andy?
Again, you can't call it, can you? The first one was tight. The first one could have went either way. Really could have went either way. And I think this fight will just be the same.
I have 2 more questions for you. Eddie Hearn said today in an interview with us that maybe next week there'll be a phone call made to Tyson Fury to say, look, there's an opportunity to fight AJ. It's now or never. Would you like to see Tyson take that fight, or do you think that he should be at will now that he's retired and that's him done?
As bad as it sounds, it depends what the figure is, I think, for Tyson. I think it has to motivate him to come out of retirement. I think he's quite happy now. Seems very happy. So, listen, to me, I've said before, I don't really care if they fight each other. I'd be happy to see them both retire or go on separately in careers, because they're both great fighters, Joshua and Tyson. But if they were to fight, obviously I'd be backing Tyson, and I believe he'd win.
Have you had any discussions since the Tyson Fury retirement with Tyson?
Yeah, just the odd messages here and there, voice notes and things, and he seems very happy. He's just, Andy, I'm not fucked. That's what he said. He couldn't be fucked with it. That's what he said. And he was up in Scotland on a holiday and going around the place, so he's probably happy.
Last one from me, Andy. We've got a massive Irish showdown in a few weeks. Your boy Paddy Donovan against Lewis Crocker. You know, we're all hearing stories from both camps about the sparring, the Avanesian with you guys. We're hearing Kieran Malloy and Crocker, unbelievable sparring there as well. Just what do you make of this all-Irish showdown, and do you believe that Paddy's just left no stone unturned this time?
Yeah, Paddy's done. Paddy's gone to a whole different level. I'm extremely proud of him, the way he's trained and how he's performed, but he'll have to do it on the fight and show everybody on the fight night. And I just think it's wonderful. Like, this is a massive event here. It's getting the worldwide attention, but there's a fight next week in Belfast between two of the best young fighters in the world, and they're gonna go. The atmosphere. I'm sure the atmosphere is going to be, unreal. It's going to be insane, and it's fantastic. And I'm proud of Paddy. He's worked extremely hard over the last number of years to get to this position, and he's a hungry fighter, and he wants to win, and I believe he will.
Andy Lee, it's a pleasure, and I look forward to speaking to you again this weekend. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks, mate. Good. Thank you.